Percentage composition. What you're finding when you find percentage composition is the percent by mass of a particular element in a compound. And you do that by following some steps that are in your reading materials. All right, this is the percent composition problems notes. So what we're doing to find percent composition, we make sure we have the correct formula for the compound, and then we find the molar mass of the compound by finding the molar mass of each element and adding it up to get the whole compound like we were doing in the last packet. Then we're going to divide, just like you've done in your math classes to find percent. You take the part, which is the element you're looking for, divide it by the whole, which is the mass of the entire compound, and multiply by 100 to get percent. Part over whole times 100 always gives you percent. So here's the example. What is the percent of nitrogen in copper 1 nitrate? Well, copper 1 nitrate would be CuNO3 because the positive 1 charge of copper would cancel out the negative 1 charge that nitrate NO3 has. So in CuNO3, I have 1 copper atom, 1 nitrogen atom, and 3 oxygen atoms. Just like in the last packet, you're going to put the masses of those all together to find the total mass of that compound. So here's the mass for Cu, N, and 3 O's, since it'd be 3 times the 15.999, which is the mass of oxygen. Now it asked me what's the percent of nitrogen in copper 1 nitrate. So here's my mass of nitrogen. So I'm going to take the mass of that part I'm looking for, 14.007, divide it by the total mass of that compound, 125.550, and when I do that, 14.007 divided by my 125.550, I get 0.111565, but then I still have to multiply times 100 to turn that into a percent, and I get 11.16%, which is 11.15 with the 6 rounding it up to a higher number. All right, so this is rounded off to 2 numbers after the decimal point, which is sufficient for these problems. So you're going to do the same thing on all of these. What is the percentage of carbon in CO2? So find the whole mass of CO2, take the mass of carbon divided by it. Now, let me make sure you do understand, if this had been find the percent of oxygen in this, then we wouldn't just take the 15.999 and divide it by the whole. We need to take the total oxygen that's in this compound, which is 3 of them. So I would have done 47.997 divided by my 125.550 to get the percent composition of oxygen. So if you're finding percent composition of something that there's more than one of, make sure you use that total mass, not just the mass of one of those atoms. Down here on number 6, it asks what is the complete percentage composition. Complete percentage composition means that you're going to find the percent composition of every element in the compound. So you're going to find the percent of potassium, of chromium, and of oxygen. So you'll have 3 different answers for this one. And do be careful on this when you're doing them. When you get your final answers, make sure they add up to 100, because you know that the total should be 100%. If you have a total of something, it should always go up to 100%. So get your 3 answers, and if they add up to 100, or at least within, 0.01 or so of 100 because of rounding errors, then you should have the correct answers written down. Okay? So then the next page in your packet is more practice of the same thing. You're finding the percent composition of each element in the compound. So here it'll be your Cu divided by the total mass of CuBr2 and your mass of 2 Brs divided by the total mass of CuBr2. And again, on all of these, your percents should add up to 100 if you've done it right. If you do still have any questions, please come ask.